one of these days I'm gonna have to buy some. Get like, I don't know. This new thing I heard was DSL. I'm not sure. Anyway, I kid. What's up, everybody? This is the Lazy Farmer. My name is Kurt H. How you doing? And yeah, I'm on vacation. So I've been gone for a few days. I've been gone for almost a week, but not really. Well, I've been off the stream for about a week, but I took a nice trip. Got my train fix in. My daughter came down last Sunday. Yes, she brought her old computer. Yes. Yes. Her old computer does run Run8. And yes, it has been up for an entire week with Mohawk Selkirk subdivision Mosel running. I've been on Mosel playing around with it. I've got Mosel channels set up in my Discord. I even have a link to something that was handed to me, which to me seems it should be apparent to anybody that's out there. I don't know. I got an operations manual, and if there's operations manual for Southern California, if there's an operations manual for the Southeast, which would be Fitzgerald Waycross, please, you know what, guys, put that out there, and you guys know who I'm talking to. Okay, I'm not going to even have to name a name. You already know who I'm talking to, because my biggest gripe is I want to build the community, the Run8. I want more and more people to know about this, the best train simulator out there, and too many people are keeping really good information that can help the average sim player, non-train affiliated sim player, come into Run8 and go, oh, so this is what this means. That's what, yeah, you know what, great. We got the user guides that are installed when you install Run8. I'm talking about the stuff that when you go to download some config files, okay, why are those config files configured that way? These operation guides answer that question, and the one that I got from Mosel, I read through it, 204 pages. I'm debating whether I want to print it out or not. So if I'm laying in bed, I can sit there and read through it. I don't know yet. I haven't made a decision on that, but it answers so many questions, especially if you're not familiar with CSS tagging. This answers so many questions. But anyway, I digress, because I'm not on Mosel right now. I'm on our NorCal server. That's right. This is the Roseville. You guys were watching me as I was bopping around. Hang on a second. I need to change my Discord here a little bit. I want to get into. I am not in the channel, but I am going to go into one just in case. And mute. There we go. All right. So anyway, let me get in a free fly. So what you saw at the beginning before I started running around, I'm looking at the bowl here in NorCal, and all of this, oh my God, there's so much work that needs to be done down here in the Roseville area. So I'm trying to decide what I wanted to do, and we got 2 trains, 3 trains, 4 trains sitting in the receiving yard, and it looks like we have another one that wants to come in. Holy moly, and we got another one behind that. So we've got, okay, this one. All right, so that's just a coal passing through. So I don't care about that one. That can pass through. That's quality. That's just life on the map, and that's what I kind of want. This one, oh my goodness, this is. Okay, so West Colton to Roseville, number 14. This was spawned on the 14th day of the month. Here it is. That's today. So I need to figure out where these are coming from, because honestly, unless it says supply train after the end of it, that's my configurations. And there's 15 potential supply trains that'll come in, but they all say supply train after it. So I'm actually just going to let's do life a little favor here. We're just going to go ahead and delete that one. I got so much work to do. I haven't even looked down at Sparks Yard. I know um, Mike has been down there, and I think that this is the end of it because Elkhorn, yeah, this is Elkhorn. So this one is the end. He should go up and over the mountain. We should be just fine. So yeah, he's starting up. So I need to figure out where those are coming from though, because I looked at the configurations and I went through. I have to go through everything again. That was a mixed freight. I don't need any more mixed freights coming in, to be honest with you. We've got. I want to take a look at some other things down here. All right, so this is going out to Ogden, OG. So if we're not familiar with the Roseville yard, which I went through that on Tuesday and I got some videos. I gotta get them transferred from my phone to the computer so I can show you guys what it looks like in real life. But everything that is to this side, you have the repair shed, which that is in real life. Although the repair shed, where they've dropped it in the map here, is more in the middle, and and the receiving yard is massive. I don't think that this is the true length of the receiving yard. I really don't, because I didn't start filming when I went through, and all of a sudden I said, "What am I doing?" I grabbed my phone, started to film out the window, and I was about halfway through the receiving yard when this shed appeared. You'll see that when I bring the videos up. You'll see that over in the um. You're definitely gonna see it, and it's about halfway in the middle of the receiving yard. So, yeah, I think they gave it. Well, they worked with what they had. Um, without overloading us. I think they take some liberties, and it's all for quality of life. All right, so what do I have down here? I have, yeah, West Colton RV number 11. That one sat there, came in. West Colton RV number 9. This one came in 2 days before. I don't know if I want to keep these. OG, that goes off to Ogden, Utah. That'll go up to Y. See, here's Roseville OG07. This one doesn't make sense to me. Those locomotives actually need to be on this end here, because when it goes out, it's going along this track right here, going up, bypass around, or through. Either way, I think it's got to go through the receiving yard, around the edge of the receiving yard, and then eventually up this Y right here, which is where the LR64 goes. And that's what all this is. Well, this is for the Sparks shop. This is Sparks, so that's Sparks Manifest Sparks. We got cars going to the shop because there's a repair in place. Well, there's a shop in the Sparks yard, and there's a shop here in that one. And I got no cars, but I got a string of cars sitting up here, so I think that's going to be my first move. Let's get those out. So first thing I want to do is plan that move. So what we want to do is we want to pull the cars all the way out of the bowl. I don't think that there is, but I think there's a theory out there that somewhere down at the end of the bowls there's a switch, and if you don't pull the cars through, it kind of messes some things up. So if that's the case, we don't want to do that. So basically, you got to pull the cars out, cross over, and we're going to pull them into this yard here, and then we're going to push them back along this track. down this track, which is basically the route that the incoming trains will take for the receiving yard. Then we're going to come down here, come down through here, and then we're going to come down, because these two tracks here, we're just going to shove them all right up to where the industry starts right here. And then we're going to start slowly pulling them out as they change, as they flip over. Okay, that's the first move. So, all right, this is going to be a quick little 1 hour video. So I'm going to go ahead. We're at 15 minutes in of just me yakking. So what I want to do is I want to set a timer and make sure that you guys get at least a full hour of me doing stupid stuff. I'm just saying. All right, 1 hour is on the docket there. Okay. So let's get on the ground. You know, I just realized too, I wanted to do something here. I did it the other day. Let's see if I can do this. Hang on, bear with me. And genre, I'm gonna do I'm going to turn that down. I'm just going to grab some music. I don't know what I'm going to listen to. I have no favorites. I should really start starring some of these. But it's off of the audio library out of YouTube. So that way, hey, you know, I'm not going to get dinged. There we go. I think that should be good. Let me take a look and see. Hopefully it's not too loud. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get to work. And if the telemetry at the top is too bright and you guys are having trouble seeing it, let me know. Because actually against that dark sky, or the light dark sky, I'm going to say, against the light sky, it is. Come on. There it is. System message color hasn't been. Just do purple for the system message color, and let's do. What does green look like? Green's not bad. I'll go with green. We'll see how that plays. So if you don't like that color. Not because it's just because it's a personal preference, but because actually I want to reverse. There we go. Because you can't see it and can't read what's going on. Let me know in the comments section. I can always make a change. And the screen there you just saw. Oh, you know what helps if I change my live screen too, doesn't it? I'm sitting there yakking, and I always forget to change that live screen. There we go. I gotta develop that habit. That's just bad. But I don't edit. I've been asked, do you edit? No, I don't. Alright, which one? I forgot which one was which. Oh, Sparks MOW. We gotta make a thing. Somehow, the only MO... Well, I came up with an idea when I was riding the train back from Reno. So, everywhere on the server is exactly where I've been. I gotta take a look at speed restrictions as well, too. We had a speed restriction due to heat. Between, let's see, between Immigrant Gap here and it's not represented. It's called Gold Run, which is actually kind of just before Colfax. So for the map, it would be Immigrant Gap to Colfax. 15-mile-an-hour speed restriction because of heat. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's get on the ground. Connect. I'm gonna jump through here. And yep, these are all disconnected, so I'm just gonna use the F7 cheat. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull out slowly because I want to make sure all switches are flipped the way I want to do them, of course. Let's flip them in a different way. Alright, came off of the handbrakes. Brake cylinders are 7 bled those off. I think a lot of times the locomotive's been bled off, but the cylinders and the cars may not have been. I don't know. It seems like whenever I could be at 0 on the locomotive, when I connect the cars somewhere, there might be one that's like locked up. So. Alright, the first thing I want to do is get on the ground and flip this switch right here. Alright, we're going to flip this one. That's good. We're crossing over. And I'm going to go fall through the bridge. I hate that with a passion, but it's okay, we're good. Okay, we're gonna go through straight through here. Straight through here. I need to pick a track and hopefully I can find one that doesn't have anything on it. I think we're good with this one here. Alright, let's go free fly up a little bit. Yeah, there's nothing on it. We're good. That's plenty of room. Alright, back to engineer view. Alright, I think I need to clear this switch right here, so I'm going to get on the ground. I just realized too, I gotta go look at Discord because I don't think I have. Let's go ahead. Throttle a little bit. Roseville area. Boom, what have I got? Roseville, blah blah blah. Okay, so I took a job, but I'm gonna work Roseville Yard. I'm just looking at the job board in my Discord, or our Discord. I shouldn't say my Discord. It is our Discord. So if you can sign into, and all the information will be in my in the description here. Join the Discord. You can actually pick to be a part. Look at least join the Discord. Look at what we got going on in Run8. The SoCal server section. That was when I was testing servers and I was testing SoCal. SoCal's already out there. Mateo's server already has SoCal. Of course, there's the Depot Plus Public SoCal Plus. There's there's a Depot SoCal, and then the Depot Plus SoCal, night and day. So I'm not doing SoCal. I'm going to do Mohawk and Selkirk, and then we also have Northern California, Roseville to Sparks. Those are the two servers that we're gonna do. As soon as we can get passwords in place, password generators and everything configured the way they're supposed to be, then we're going to sorry, I'm watching the cars go by and I lost my train of thought. No pun intended. So basically, once we have passwords and ban and everything all automated, which is what we're working on now for NorCal, and we'll do the same thing for Mosel. We're going to start. That's when we'll start letting people on the servers. There's going to be a very small handful of people that will be led on the servers, just simply because we have had familiar interface with them. We've worked with them on one of the Mateo servers. So we've got Mateo server, which is SoCal. There's the High Green server, which is the southeast area of the United States. So that's Fitzgerald, Waycross, Baldwin, and A-Line. Then we're going to have we'll be running the Mohawk and Selkirk servers, and we'll be running the Northern California servers. If you do your checkout ride on Mateo server and pass there, you'll get access to our two servers. Typically, we're loosely, I shouldn't say we're affiliated with them, but they have the same philosophy we do. This is meant to be kind of casual, although there are some rules that will be followed. Namely things like you don't leave your train on the main line. You got to realize that when you come onto the server, you are not the only one. If you want to play that way, if you wanted to say, okay, I'm going to run my train and go over the mountain. Oh, gee, I got to leave because life got in the way. And that happens. Leave your train on the main line. Go do what you got to do. But you're going to do that in solo mode. That's when you're just playing. That's it. Okay? But when you're on a server, and I don't care if it doesn't have to be Mateo, the Farmer server, Kung Fu Beer server, you have to understand that you're not the only one playing on that server, and the actions that you do are going to affect everybody on that server. So if you're taking a road train and you go, wow, I need to go somewhere, you better pick a siding that you can pull that road train into, and then and get it off the main line. So if somebody else needs to use the main line, you're not going to tie it up. These are things that have happened on other public servers, and hence the rules have come out that if you do that, and you do that on a consistent basis, you're going to get banned. That's just the way of things. You're not following the rules. You're not considering everybody else that's on the server. That's why we also have a minimum age requirement, unfortunately. As much as I would love kids, because my first interaction with railroading, I was just a little guy. Okay? But little guys, you need to realize that there's a lot of people that are playing on this server. You're not the only ones, and therefore you need to, yeah, and play solo, play with your friends. You may, everybody gets the server. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop here, and we're gonna go ahead and flip this switch. And we need to come around this way. That one's good. All right, so I'm going to ride this car back so I don't fall into the creek. Oh, I think what's supposed to be the American River. All right, let's come off the brake. Let's go in reverse. We're going to go ahead and hit just one notch. We're just going to slowly start pushing back. Let's see. Right now we were going, and it was a 0.25% grade. I think I might reverse, or I might have it backwards there. So yeah, just the thing about the server is, yeah, bottom line is you got to realize whatever you do, you're not the only one doing it. Okay? There are other people on the server, and your actions will affect them. And your actions or lack of quality actions will ruin the fun for others, and that's not what we want. So if you feel you need to, like, practice, hey, do it solo. That's okay. All right, so what are we going to do here? We're going to shove this back. I think that switch is good. I really do. I think that switch is okay. How do we set things up on this server? These are things I'm going to talk about. If you already heard about it, heard me talk about it in the previous video, I'm sorry, but I do. I talk about it constantly because there's always somebody new that might see my video, somebody new that doesn't know how Run8 works, somebody new that doesn't know that there's a Roseville, California to Sparks, Nevada DLC. These are things that I talk about on a consistent basis. I got a picture of the back side of that building right here. That's the J.R. Davis office complex or office building here in the yard. So Amtrak ran behind it. So I got a picture of the back side of the building. So all right. So we're going to push back, and then we'll make sure we're lined up into the repair tracks. And we'll shove this all the way down one repair track. That is an industry. It is part of it where these cars will actually be repaired, and then they'll be tagged for outbound, and depending on which outbound, basically they'll get pulled out of that track and then pushed into one of the receiving tracks, so it gets pushed over the hump so that we can go ahead and build an outbound train. That one train that came in for Ogden, why the whole thing came in, tagged for that. So that just tells me I need to spend some time looking at all the pre-made trains and pick one. I need to pick one spawn location, look at all the trains for that spawn location, and make sure that nothing is coming into Roseville except for the 15 that I did. So trying to think of what this building was. I don't remember seeing that building when we went by, because it was pretty much, there was no extra buildings out over here until, pretty much all the way we went the tracks. In fact, the main line's over here, comes down, but in real life, it parallels right along in here. So, I don't know. There are, well, excuse me, there are industries over there. But it's massive. So I'm thinking about doing this, and then I'm going to take a look at the Roseville 64 local. That goes out the Valley sub, and there's a lot, and that's what these tanks are right here, are part of that particular local. And we got way more cars than what we need. So the theory is that when you ask for a train to be spawned, and its AI is supposed to look at the industries, if you say spawn for just one local, and this is a discussion that's going on in the forums on the Depot website. If you spawn a train for one local, what's desired is the AI will look and say, okay, you have 10 industries. Out of the 10 industries, 8 of them have cars that are outbound. So they need cars coming in to replace those. So here's those cars to replace those in that industry. Doesn't work that way. And that's the discussion right now, and everybody's saying it doesn't work that way. The spawn point is, when I set up a spawn point, I basically set the spawn point up so that we'll get, how can I say, the maximum amount of cars, but it might also have to move the spawn point so that way we get shorter trains coming in. That way, using basically the end of the track to truncate the number of cars that come in. Okay, I need to jump off here and look at it because I don't want it to go down this way. I need to go down that way. So let me get off on the ground here. While it's showing back, I'm going to run super fast, faster than the train is. The train's going 4.7 miles an hour. I'm running faster than that. I should be in the Olympics. Okay. I believe I need to diverge here. And UPA is setting in passing stop signal, passing stop. Why are we passing stop signals? Alright. I need to look at... Alright. So we're doing good. Okay. It's going to come down here. We're going to flip that switch because we want the train to come this way. And then it's going to go right into there. We're good. Alright, we're good. Let's take a look at that. I'm curious as to why trains are passing stop signals. And if we go in... Okay, so Otto's on. But I'm looking at all these trains that are just stopped. And are we stopped because we have an Amtrak? Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I'm gonna have to delete that Amtrak real quick, but and that's at Sparks. We got a lot of things. I think that Amtrak is messing things up. I'm trying to get some Amtrak going in here, but okay, we'll go look at that as soon as we get done putting the string of cars in. That's kind of needed. And it looks like a lot of trains are coming out of the east. And they're getting held up just shy of Sparks because of Amtrak. Don't get me started on Amtrak. Well, actually, I can't really complain because when I took the train, okay, I was supposed to leave Reno at 9:20. We didn't leave Reno until 11. So the train was late getting into Reno. Which is par for the course for Amtrak. No, I bumped it up a notch here again. Move it. So anyway, so that's par for the course. But and then it was a long trip. I left at 11. I didn't get into my hometown until almost 9 o'clock. So we're looking at about a 10-hour train ride, and in the long run it kind of worked out because we were late getting into Martinez, and the last train out of Martinez heading to where I live, they held it until we came in. And then once we got in and everybody got detrained, exited the train, then the other train pulled in, we all loaded up and left. So it really came down to, by the time we were supposed to get in by 9 o'clock, that was the expected arrival time. So even though they were late coming out, getting into Reno, I got into my station exactly when I was supposed to. So I guess I really can't complain. I got my train fix in, as my daughter calls it, my autism. That's my tism. So, okay. My autism was taken care of. I like computers, I like science, and I like trains. She calls me Sheldon. Alright, we're going to jump off right about here, and we're just going to wait for this whole string of cars, which is for the shop. And they'll get worked on. And it's going to be, the train's long enough that they'll get it'll just be like a handful at the beginning of the string will get worked on. So we'll pull those up forward, uncouple, and then take the ones that got worked, move them over into the receiving yard so that they can be pushed over the hump and sent out. I actually considered making this entire track, the whole string, but that not realistic. Basically, they're just going to push the whole train. All these cars need to be worked, and in real life, they're going to pull them under the shed because it's hot in Sacramento this time of year. Pull them underneath the shed, work on them, and then pull them out and put them in the receiving yard to send them off to wherever they need to go. Then they'll pull in another and another and another. That's how it's really done in real life, so that's how we're going to do it here. I'm going to have to take, I don't know, I'm debating on what to do. If I take an entire string of cars up the LR 64 route, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to use all of them, so some of them are going to come back. But that's what we were talking about before too. that, yeah, if I've got 10 industries, and okay, so yeah, the theory being all 10 of those industries only take one car, and they all need a car because they're either empty or the cars they do have been worked. When I call for a supply train for that local, theory is I should only get 10 cars, one for each industry. It doesn't work that way. If I have a spawn point that's like miles from the end of the track and there's nothing there, Otto will fill up and give me a massive train. This is the argument that everybody is like, okay, Otto, you need to, let's go ahead and slow this down. Otto needs to do a better job at that. And to that end, I kind of agree if I kind of want to be lazy about it. Ooh, look at those. I just saw the wheels lock up. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Yeah, they locked up and they're sliding. Wow. Let's create the flat spots. All right, I'm going to pull forward just a little bit. I've never seen it. I've heard it. I've just never noticed it. I just want to bring the coupler right up to even with the cement pad right here. Or close to it as possible. It doesn't have to be exact. All right. Handbrakes are set. Release these two. Close that, open the coupler, and we can go ahead and pull away. Helps by going to forward. It's a small little thing. All right. So I'm going to stop these guys here. You can shut the bell off. Put in neutral. Hit the handbrakes. All right, and I'm going to relinquish these. I'm going to look at transport. We're going to look at the Amtrak. Trying to find the Amtrak. So that's Sparks. There's our Amtrak. That's the trench. Is it? Are we just... Okay, I was expecting them going over the mountain, but those two are coming down the mountain. Coming down the mountain. All right. And we have two going up. Well, one going up. Where's this one going? What is the congestion here? So this one's going. This one. Can I play dispatcher and get them out of here? Think I can. Why is Otto not dealing with this? So... Alright, LRSV13A. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, so let's go back here. What's this right here? This one's trying to come in. This one's trying to come out. What's this? Not a damn thing. You know what? We might be able to clean this up by just resetting Otto. Alright, I'm going to turn him off. I'm going to play dispatcher. Alright, this one can't do anything until that turns red. Okay. This one was coming out, but there's nothing here. This one was Eugene the Sparks. PW Sparks. These are all ones that... Yeah, these are not mine. I need to go back and look at that industry. I'll do that off stream. I'll take a look at it. Okay, this one's going. Grain SS. Okay, whatever. STO, TSO? I'm not sure what that is. Alright, so... Alright. Clearing this mess up. So Amtrak, I take it back, Amtrak. I thought you were the problem in all this, and nope. So I'm playing dispatcher. Here I was going to do some work in Roseville Yard. Now I'm playing dispatcher, cleaning up a mess. Alright, why are you not going? Because he's still in the block. This one's going the other way. He's still moving. Yeah, yep, I'm getting... Someone's... Stop because some knucklehead left a switch thrown against us. 9678. Where are you? He's moving. That says TG5. Okay. Okay, wait for that one to drop back. Ah, he pulled out. Okay, good. He got cleared. He's gone. Nice. Okay. I just want to see if this guy's going to get going here. Sorry, I just realized that the music had stopped. UP9789 stop because some knucklehead. Okay, we'll solve all these. Stop for a crew change. We ain't got time for a crew change. Who has the switch thrown against them, though? BNSF, UP844, 9647. Huh. Let's do this. There we go. That way I can see who is complaining. I think this is the one that stopped for a crew change. Yep. Crew change points right here. Alright, where is... That's going to be a crew change. Can't really do anything with that guy. Alright. Okay. Six, seven, where are you? I don't see a 9 bug now. UP 9698 8967 8967. Unless he's down here in the yard somewhere. Nine, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this one's 8610 east. You're cleared though. But I think it's waiting on this guy here. This one's waiting. I know this one's waiting for this one to clear. I'm waiting for these guys. Kind of waiting for these guys and this one here. Okay, that was just a weird song. Just because you can do a thing on a guitar doesn't mean you should. Just saying. Well, not exactly what I wanted to do today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn Otto back on. Let's see if he can. I got some things moving. Let's see if he can figure out the rest. Yeah, 8443 is waiting to get out. Right, so we should have no trains coming into Sparks other than what's created in Roseville. I got work to do on this thing. There's something not quite right here. Because pretty much the idea is, I mean, we got a very busy server. Alright, what's he doing? Alright, well, I'm going to let him take over. It looks like he's doing some things. He's getting some trains moving, so we'll let Otto deal with it. Alright, but the idea behind on the server is nothing should be spawning for the Sparks yard. Everything should be spawning to come into Roseville, and it should be a mixture of industries that are on the Roseville side of the mountain or on the Sparks side of the mountain. They have to go through the hump yard, and then the trains for Sparks are sent out to Roseville, and returning cars are sent back over the mountain to Roseville for classification, and then Roseville sends the road trains out. Now, for life on the map, there should be coal trains, grain trains, and variety of intermodal that are going from off the map to off the map, either going eastbound or westbound. That's it. But anything for the industries and for the yards should be coming from, those trains should be going into Roseville, classified, and then sent to the yards from the Roseville Bowl, and then come back to the receiving yard to go back out. So that's the idea behind this server. It's a very small one subdivision server. Mountain railroading at its best. I mean, we're talking that just trying to drive a road train over the mountain and keep it under control is a challenge. So that's the beauty of this. So if you like doing road trains, this is a tough place to learn and cut your teeth on road trains. Alright, let's get back to Roseville. So, alright. So everything should come in, even if it's coming from eastbound, should be coming over the mountain, come into Roseville, receiving yard, go out, and then we build the trains here in the bowl. The bowl is set up, so basically outbounds, some outbounds are going to be over here. I had them set up, someone changed it around, but I had them set up so Sparks were on one side, Roseville's on the other side, and then we can just build trains and send them off to Roseville. But there's got to be a limit to how long those trains are so they can get into the Roseville or into the Sparks yard. Alright, so then I have, so this train here, there goes another coal. Ooh, is that loaded coal? Loaded coal, alright. I don't know where there's any coal over here on the west coast. I know there's a couple of industries that actually need coal even to this day. Okay, RV64 HPI, that's going to be going out the Y. So I'm going to wait for that train to go by. And let's see, turn industry tags on. There's LBC, obviously we get that on the way back. SMD, that's Save Mart Distribution Center. Here's HBF for the tanks. But you can see that, I mean, I look at all the tanks that I have, and it goes here all the way up to here. So I have more tanks. Well, I don't know, maybe I got enough tanks. Well, HPI here. I got 2 tracks of cars for HPI. So we're gonna have a lot of work to do. And we did this too. If you notice here, HK is actually, that's Hinkle, Oregon. So that's like the next closest hump yard going north toward Washington. So Hinkle, this is going to go off map at Hinkle, but I got 2 cars here that are going to go to SP. So SP is Sparks. So they're both part of the Sparks 49. So both these cars will get out, put out, and pushed over the yard. So we set up a lot of industries to change cars back and forth from one industry to another, and it's sort of random if it's going to go to an industry or it's going to go off map. That's the beauty of what the AI can do. So there should not be a whole huge need for supply trains. And the idea behind this is we randomly call a supply train when we realize, hey, we're getting low on cars, and we're just going to click on it and see, hope for the best. Hopefully we get cars for the industry. If we don't, then we work the cars that we do get. So, but there should be a lot of interchange between industries on the west side of the mountain to industries on the east side of the mountain, and maybe even some industries that are local too. So that's the idea. That's what we're trying to set up. And this is where we kind of need some people to, hey, I want to help beta test. So I'm just putting that out there. You may or may not, if you don't get selected for beta testing, please don't take offense to it. We're just being very, very selective. So, all right. Anyway, we're gonna go grab a train. I think that's what I'm gonna work this. So, but we're just about done. This has been an hour long. You got to see a little bit of dispatching. You got to see a little bit of yard work. Some explanation on what's going on here on the server. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of work that needs to be done. And even as I think that this server is a very excellent server for and then, or not server, but just this map, this DLC is excellent for solo play. But honestly, it's, yeah, right now there's a lot of work that needs to be done. We can use some help. So anyway, it's been a pleasure. Sorry about the music. I said I'll try to find some that kind of will be kind of nice. I don't know. I'm just grabbing anything off of YouTube audio right now, just to have something a little bit of background music to play. But other than that, so I'll catch you next time. Don't forget, Saturday mornings, real early is when I go live. I do that for the people that are on the East Coast. I go live, and then of course that will get posted up, and so you'll be able to watch that later on if you're on the West Coast. You're more than welcome anytime between, and it could be anytime between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning is when I start going live. So don't have a set time, just a time area, time zone, not time zone, block of time between 6 and 8. I go for about 2 hours, some shenanigans, and I have a feeling I'm going to be right over here. So anyway, it's been fun, it's been real, and it has been real fun. This is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will catch you guys later.